there is a good chance you have a can of green beans in your kitchen right now. And there is an equally good chance that the color you see when you open that can is not natural. Most canned green beans in America are chemically treated to look fresh. The FDA permits it, the brands rely on it, and almost no one talks about it. Americans spend over $1 billion every year on canned green beans. $1 billion on what is supposed to be one of the simplest, most straightforward foods on the planet. A vegetable, water, salt. That should be the entire list. But somewhere between the farm and the shelves, 6 of the most popular brands on the market decided that was not enough. That lower grade beans, artificial color chemistry, and sodium levels that rival fast food were a perfectly acceptable trade. Today, we are auditing all of them. 6 brands that are selling you a laboratory simulation of a vegetable, and 3 brands that are giving you the real thing. I spent weeks auditing every brand on the shelf to find the truth, and the results were not what I expected. Here's the science they do not print on the front label. Green beans are naturally high in chlorophyll, the compound that makes them bright green. The moment you apply the high heat required for commercial canning, that chlorophyll breaks down. The beans turn olive drab, sometimes brownish. They look exactly like what they are, cooked vegetables. And that, to a marketing department, is a problem. The solution, zinc chloride. When added during the canning process, zinc chloride reacts with the degraded chlorophyll and creates a compound called zinc pheophytin. The result is a stable, bright, uniform green, a color that communicates fresh without actually being fresh. This is a chemical magic trick, and it is completely legal. The FDA standards under 21 CFR section 155.120 actually set quality grades for canned green beans. Brands that fall below the top grade are required to disclose substandard quality on the label, but that disclosure is in tiny font buried on the bottom panel, underneath the cheerful image of a garden and a smiling farmer who has absolutely nothing to do with this product. To make a truly quality canned green bean, you need beans picked at peak maturity, processed within hours, and sealed with nothing but water and salt. That costs more. That requires supply chain discipline and quality sourcing. So instead, the shortcut is this. Buy lower grade beans, add zinc chloride to restore the color, add calcium chloride to firm up the mushy texture, and flood the can with sodium to make it taste like something. The consumer pays premium shelf price. The corporation pockets the margin. And the ingredient list tells the whole story. Think about what that means for a moment. A corporation looks at a genuine vegetable, something that grows in the ground, that generations of people have eaten without intervention, and decides it is not profitable enough in its natural state. So they engineer it. They rebuild it chemically from the outside in, dress it in a bright artificial green, seal it in a can with a picture of a sunny farm, and charge you full price for the performance. That is not food manufacturing. That is theater. And you have been buying a ticket without knowing it. The worst part? This has been standard industry practice for decades. It did not start last year. It was not triggered by a supply chain crisis. This is simply how the category operates. Quietly, legally, and very profitably, while the consumer stands in the grocery aisle trusting a label designed by a marketing team, not a farmer. The skip list. Brand number 1, Great Value by Walmart. Flip the can. You will find zinc chloride and calcium chloride in the ingredient list, alongside 300 to 60 milligrams of sodium per half cup serving. The front label shows fresh beans in sunlight. The ingredient list shows a product that required 2 separate chemical interventions just to look and feel like a vegetable. This is the best-selling canned green bean in America by volume. Let that sit for a moment. Brand number 2, Del Monte cut green beans. Del Monte has spent decades building a brand identity around farm fresh quality. The reality is calcium chloride, 350 milligrams of sodium per serving, and a product that ranks consistently low in blind texture tests against clean label competitors. You are paying for a brand that built its reputation in a different era and has been quietly coasting on it ever since. The beans are not paying it back. Brand number 3, Hanover cut green beans. Hanover markets itself as a regional heritage brand, a trustworthy name from simpler times. But their standard cut line contains zinc chloride and delivers sodium near 400 milligrams per serving. Independent quality assessments have graded their product as falling below the FDA's top quality threshold for color, tenderness, and uniformity. The heritage branding is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Brand number 4, Signature Select by Albertsons. Private label brands exist for one reason, margin. Signature Select's canned green beans use calcium chloride as a firming agent and pack 380 milligrams of sodium into every half cup. There is no farm story. There is no quality origin. There is a price point, and there is a chemical process designed to hit it. The label is clean and minimalist. The ingredient list is anything but. Brand number 5, Amazon Fresh Canned Green Beans. Amazon promised to disrupt grocery with transparency and value. Their private label green beans contain zinc chloride, calcium chloride, and 390 milligrams of sodium per serving. There is no sourcing story, no quality commitment, and no accountability beyond an algorithm managing reviews. This is not a food brand. This is a logistics company selling produce-adjacent products, and the ingredient list confirms exactly that. Brand number 6, Kroger Smart Way Cut Green Beans. Smart Way is Kroger's deepest budget tier. Their green beans use zinc chloride and hit nearly 400 milligrams of sodium per half cup. The beans are technically present, but the chemical infrastructure built around them tells you exactly what grade of bean required that much intervention to become shelf ready. You are not buying quality. You are buying the minimum viable product, chemically dressed to look like more. And Kroger knows you will not flip the can to check. Here is how you audit your own pantry right now. This is called the Drain and Inspect test, and it takes 30 seconds. Open the can, drain it completely. Now hold a single bean up to a light source. A real green bean, minimally processed, no chemical color treatment, will show natural variation. Slightly olive at the stem end, a faint yellow at the tip, maybe a small blemish or two. That is what a cooked vegetable looks like. A chemically treated bean will be a uniform, unbroken, suspiciously vibrant green from tip to tip. That color is not freshness. That is zinc phyophytin. That is zinc chloride doing its job. Step 2, read the first 3 ingredients. The only 3 ingredients that belong in a quality canned green bean are green beans, water, and salt. If you see calcium chloride, zinc chloride, or any additive beyond those 3, you now know why. The texture was too soft to stand alone. The color was too dull to sell. The bean needed help that a quality bean would never need. Step 3, check the sodium number on the nutrition label. Anything above 200 milligrams per half cup serving is a signal that salt is doing the flavor work that quality ingredients should be doing naturally. Real beans with clean processing do not need a sodium flood to taste like food. Step 4, smell the can when you first open it. A quality canned green bean will have a mild, clean, slightly earthy smell, close to what you would expect from a freshly cooked vegetable. A lower grade, oversalted product often has a sharp, metallic, or aggressively briny odor. Your nose is a quality detector that no marketing team can override. Trust it. Put it back, or finish the can and replace it next time with one of the 3 brands coming up. The real list. Brand number 1, Simple Truth Organic by Kroger. 3 ingredients, organic green beans, water, sea salt. That is the entire list. No zinc chloride, no calcium chloride, no color recovery chemistry. Simple Truth Organic starts with certified organic beans, which means the sourcing standards are higher before the can is ever sealed. Sodium comes in at 115 milligrams per serving, less than 1/3 of what several brands on the skip list deliver. Here's the consumer win that matters most. It is priced competitively with mid-tier conventional brands. You do not have to spend more to avoid the chemicals. You just have to know which label to read. Simple Truth Organic is proof that clean sourcing and honest processing do not require a luxury price tag. They require a company that simply decided not to cut corners. Brand number 2, Libby's French-style green beans. Libby's has been canning vegetables since 1869. That is not a marketing claim. That is a process legacy built over more than 150 years. Their French style cut, a thinner diagonal slice, is not just a texture preference, it is a quality strategy. Thinner beans cook more evenly at lower effective heat, which means they retain more natural structure without needing calcium chloride as a chemical crutch. Ingredient list: green beans, water, salt. Sodium sits at 200 milligrams per serving. They're significantly cleaner than every brand on the skip list. This is what institutional quality looks like when a company has not abandoned its own standards in pursuit of a cheaper product. Brand number 3, Whole Foods 365 Organic Cut Green Beans. 3 ingredients: organic green beans, water, sea salt. The 365 line is the value play of the organic tier, priced to compete with conventional mid-range brands while delivering a product with 0 additives and certified organic sourcing. Independent taste evaluations consistently rank 365 beans as having the most natural flavor profile of any canned green bean on the market. The color is naturally variable. The texture is honest. There are no chemical interventions hiding behind a farm fresh label. This is what a can of green beans is supposed to be. And it is available in one of the most accessible retail chains in the country. Price is not the barrier. Knowledge is. The green bean is one of the most basic foods in existence. A vegetable, water, salt. There is no legitimate reason for a can of green beans to contain zinc chloride, calcium chloride, or 400 milligrams of sodium, except that cheaper beans require more chemical intervention to look and taste like food. 6 of the most popular brands on American shelves are selling you that intervention. 3 are selling you the actual vegetable. The difference in price is often nothing. The difference in what you are putting into your body is everything. These corporations are not making a mistake. They are making a choice. They have the data, the food scientists, and the regulatory lawyers to know exactly what they are doing and exactly what they can get away with. They know most consumers read the front of a label and nothing else. They have built entire product lines around that assumption. Today, that assumption ends for you. Your health is not a commodity for these corporations to optimize. Every dollar you spend on a chemically treated product is a dollar that tells the industry this shortcut is acceptable. It is not acceptable. You now have the ingredient knowledge, the kitchen tests, and the brand list to make a different choice every single time you walk down that aisle. Use it. The food tells the truth because you have the right to know the truth. Subscribe for more.